Today we're going to look at the 425 air-cooled ice maker. So the 425 ice maker can be configured in several different ways. It can be in a Symphony dispenser, where it is a removable ice maker. It can be a top-mounted ice maker, or it could be under a cabinet, where it's the ice transport tube is feeding in remotely into a dispenser. Depending on the different application, there'll be different drain configurations. This one happens to be set up for a Symphony dispenser, and so your drain line is coming off of the drain valve, going into a drain funnel that then goes into the main drain of the dispenser. If this happens to be a top mount machine, it has a drain hose that connects up to both the drain valve and the evaporator drain pan, and then drains out the rear of the machine. If this happens to be an under-counter application for the 425, like this machine here, the drain is coming out the front of the machine. So we have another drain hose that connects up both the drain valve, the evaporator drain pan, and then comes towards the front of the machine. Alright, so looking at the water and drain system on the machine, this tube here is our fill and drain line. It connects up the bottom of the reservoir with the drain valve, and then also this end is what feeds into our evaporator. So that's the water coming from the reservoir feeding into the evaporator to make ice. So here's our connection to our water reservoir. I've made the connection to our drain valve, and then now I'm going to make the connection coming into the bottom of the evaporator. That slides onto the stainless tube like that. Alright, this is our water line that comes off of the bottom of our compression nozzle, and it's going to fit onto the fitting coming also off of the side of the water reservoir. So as we're making ice and the compression nozzle is squeezing the ice, as it squeezes it, there's water coming back out of there, and it drains back into the water reservoir. This tube connects up to the top of our compression nozzle, our ice compression nozzle. And if our transport tube is going vertical from the machine, it's coming out of the machine, rising up. When the machine goes into time delay, there's still ice in the tubing, and any of that melting ice, the water from that will come into the overflow off the top, and it'll flow down into our drain pan. And we have a little bracket that line goes into to hold it in place so that the water would drain into the evaporator drain pan and come down the drain. Alright, so this is our cleaning cup, the line that's going to feed the cleaner down into our water reservoir. And that connects up to the top there. It's just a friction fit. And then this is an overflow line. The overflow line goes into a bracket down here. There's a hole in the bracket off of the side of the evaporator. Alright, so our overflow line comes down through the bracket. The bracket is mounted to the water feed line coming into the evaporator, and just make sure that the end of the overflow is down inside of the evaporator drain pan.